My name is Pradip Mukherji. I was once a messenger of God. Today I am the face of God. I have brought a beautiful interview. The interview is controversial. You will have difficulty in accepting it. You will have difficulty in digesting it. I do not want you to accept it because the Victory Wing has brought to you an interview which is totally out of the box. And for that, they really went. It takes a certain amount of courage, which they had. And for that reason, I really want you to subscribe to Victory Wings because you never know that from now on, they will be looking into those episodes which are out of the box and which will really challenge your regular way of thinking, and they will try to bring you all those things which will actually expand your mind, expand your horizon, and expand your way of thinking. Thank you so much.
Is it really required to use fear and reward as the control measure on human beings?
Fear and reward are the two biggest motivations with which to control human beings. There are no other motivations greater than these. And both of them has multiple variations. Some of them are very obvious, some of them are very subtle. So the king has, through the religion, has integrated these teachings which says if you do this, you will be rewarded, and if you do this, you will be punished.
There is no other way that human beings can be controlled.
These are the best ways.
You said soul is not local, it keeps moving. Could you please throw some light on that?
People assume that when I die, a part of me comes out, which some people feel is shadowy or whitish or smoky, which kind of floats. And that is the soul. That is what some people assume. That is not the soul. That is a combination of three energy bodies of astral, mental, and etheric. Now this one remains for a couple of weeks. And sometimes we feel the presence of the one who has died. But it is not the soul. Then where is the soul? Well, the soul is never within us. Sometimes it comes, it sees what's happening, and then it goes away. Because its job is only two things: writing the storyline, giving us the breath. Then spirit takes over. Now this spirit, in order to give an understanding to the viewers what actually it is, because the Christians will say, we know spirit. What is that? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? Father is the Almighty, Son is the Jesus, and Holy Spirit is, now they don't know.
Yeah.
No one says, I know what is Holy Spirit. They have given it a metaphoric representation of a white dove.
Oh, yes.
Okay? But truly no one knows what Holy Spirit is. Now I am giving you the understanding of what Holy Spirit is. Basically, Spirit is neither holy or unholy. In case of Jesus, it was termed as holy. But it is not holy, it is not unholy.
Yeah.
The job of the spirit is to animate the storyline into reality, which means it has to create my body according to the storyline, it has to create my mind according to the storyline, and it has to create my personality according to the storyline.
Yes.
It has to create the events according to the storyline. It has to give me strength and energy according to the storyline. It has to give me mental abilities according to the storyline. It has to give me skills according to the storyline. And it has to bring other people into my life whenever it is mentioned in the storyline. This is what spirit does. But what actually is spirit in our culture? It is known as Ishwar. Spirit is Ishwar. Brahman is matrix. So matrix and spirit, Brahman and Atman, or Brahman and Ishwar.
Ishwar.
The role of Ishwar is to bring storyline into reality. Now people sometimes worship Ishwar. Why? Because they feel if you worship Ishwar, Ishwar will give you a good storyline. No. Ishwar is just following the script. It cannot give you a good storyline. It cannot give you a bad storyline. The soul in connection with the king has already given that in the storyline.
Yeah.
So this is the understanding of Atman and Brahman, matrix and spirit, and Ishwar. And Ishwar's, the other part is Parmeshwar.
Yeah.
Brahman is Parmeshwar. But what ultimately Brahman is? Now I am giving you the understanding. Ultimately Brahman is the mind of the king.
Mind.
And everything that is being created is created by the mind of the spirit within the mind of the spirit.
Spirit only.
And that is why they say Brahman is everywhere and Brahman is the creator. So Brahman is creating everything within itself. And it creates and destroys.
Yes.
So this is the understanding of the Upanishads.
See, what as a layman or an ordinary human being thinks, I perform or act as per my Atma. People will say, Na Atma Jeppindi, then my Atma told, I am acting. How far that is correct or incorrect? Or,
It's not about...
Is it...
It is not about correct and incorrect. Let's say someone listening to me will say, if you are saying storyline decides everything,
Yes.
if you are saying spirit decides everything, if you are saying, because I also say your thoughts, your feelings and your emotions do not belong to you, they are put in you.
Put it, yeah.
And they become a part of your memory. After they are put in you, they rise from your memory and falls. But initially they are put in you. Now, your energy, that is put in you. Now, if you do not have your own thoughts, feelings and emotions, if you do not have your own energy, what are you having which is your own? Your moods going up and down, the spirit is doing it. Your chemical reactions happening in your body, spirit is doing it. Spirit is making you sick, spirit is taking you to the doctor, sometimes you die there, sometimes you come back healthy home.
Yeah.
Everything spirit is doing. Spirit is as if deciding, but actually not deciding, reading the storyline and doing everything. Someone listening to me will say, okay, you are saying I have no free will. That means I am tomorrow going to be in my bed. I am not going to get down because in my story, if it is written I am going to be rich, I am going to be rich. It can't happen like that. Spirit will make you so bored on your bed and so restless on your bed, it will bring you out of your room and it will take you to people, it will make things happen in your life because of which either you will make money or you will lose money.
So whatever I act and say that is because of soul is not correct.
Soul has no role in your life.
Nothing.
Only spirit.
Why do I say Atma Cheppindi, my Atma told me I am doing like this?
Because it is a lack of understanding which even the scriptures are not clarifying.
Ignorance, lack of understanding.
It is that ignorance. The soul is non-local. It isn't within you.
Keep moving.
It's moving in the 21 universe.
Yes.
What is within you is spirit. Spirit is local. And spirit animates you.
And these very local words, Pap and Punya, how far they are correct? Do they exist at all?
No, they don't.
See, that means that fellow has done Punyam. That fellow will go to heaven. This fellow has done Papa. He will go to hell. Why this has come at all?
First thing, I clarified that there is nothing left to go to heaven and hell. Something should remain to go to heaven or hell. Nothing is remaining. I clarified that.
Yes.
Second thing, there is no hell and there is no heaven. There are higher dimensional places which people assume to be heaven. They are not heaven, like we live in third dimension.
They don't exist at all.
No, they exist, higher dimension. We live in the third dimension. In the third dimension, we live in what we call as the three dimensions. Some people call it length, breadth, height. Some people call it space, time and mind. So you can give it any number of names you want to give, but this is third dimension. What is fourth dimension? The fourth dimension are the ghosts. In the fourth dimension, you can move into the past and future. In the third dimension, you have to only move forward. You cannot move backward.
These three dimensions only.
In the third dimension, you cannot go back. If you want to do past life regression, you have to do it in the fourth dimension. Some people do past life regression. Unless you are able to transcend into the next dimension, you cannot properly do past life regression.
But how to go to fourth dimension?
They try to silence your mind, they try to hypnotize your mind, they try to suggest, and then what they try to do is they try to take your astral body into the fourth dimension because physical body cannot go there.
Yeah.
So that is a whole science by itself. It's another conversation. All I am saying is, in the fifth dimension, that is where all the enlightened masters go. Fourth dimension, ghosts. Fifth dimension, enlightened masters. So and then there are further up.
Words that we use locally, that's all. Only pap, punya, pride, guilt and all these things.
Pride and guilt are food for the king.
That's all.
That's all.
I don't know. Karma, you say, is unfinished business.
Yes.
But what we see, that fellow did something, galat kiya kaam, he will reap the consequences of his karma. Is it correct? Is it justified? If not, kya hai? What is all
okay.
this?
You use the word consequences.
Yes.
Okay. If I do something, there will be consequences. Consequences always happen in the same life. Karma is reaped in the next life. Karma is never reaped in the same life.
But for us, what people say, elders and other scriptures, the karma also will be reaped in the same.
No.
No, whatever pap or punya you did will be realized in the same.
Then it is consequences.
Okay.
The difference between consequences and karma is consequences, it happens in the same life.
Same.
Karma is a carry forward thing.
Carry forward.
Consequences are never carried forward.
Learning. This is a very good learning. Yeah. See, you mentioned so many things, these attachments, aversions, wantings.
I said how things. Karma is created.
Yeah, how these are created
karma,
only for controlling these things or what?
No, for creating karma. It is created with three things. Rag, dvesh, ichcha. Attachments, aversions, wanting. If I am attached with you and I am not able to come into a neutral place in this relationship, it gets carried forward into the next life. If I have aversions for you and I am not able to forgive you, it is carried forward to the next life. And if I have desires which are not fulfilled, it gets carried forward to the next life. All three creates karma. Nothing else creates karma. Me killing a person doesn't create karma. Me killing animals doesn't create karma.
Of late, I have been hearing a lot in the YouTubes and then TV discussions and all that. This attachment and detachment. I love my daughter. I love my son. I can't leave them. Is it correct to have a detached attachment?
You cannot have a detached attachment. Because the moment you become detached, you are now an observer. You have not gone away from your children, but whatever they do no more affects you.
No, you see, I have not left them. I still want to have that attachment, but I will allow them to go on their own life. But suppose if they are not on the correct path or whatever it is, that attachment will come and then try to guide them. Is it correct?
No, it is not correct.
Is it like that?
What happens?
Attachment and detachment nowadays, every family.
You see, if you are truly detached, which only happens when the first body is activated, now even if your children go into all the wrong directions, you will silently observe, because you now know they have their own journey. And in their own journey, they have to go through what is in their storyline. You do not jump in and try to stop them, try to force them in a different direction. If you are jumping in, that means you have attachment.
Is it that, detachment cannot be deployed with attachment?
No. Either you are detached or you are attached.
That's all.
You cannot be detached, attached.
There's a lot of discussion on attachment and detachment.
Yeah, it comes from a place of being a good parent. And what those teachers tell you is, if you want to be a good parent, you have to be detached from your children, and at the same time, you have to ensure that you properly guide them and you properly support them. But that is not what truly detachment is.
I heard from a senior lady, Infosys Murthy's wife. So I am not able to detach myself from the attachment of my so and so.
You see, first.
So is it? That impacts many of the people of the society.
The first measure of detachment is your children's suffering will not give you pain. That is the first litmus test. If it does, then you are not yet detached.
Not detached.
You are still attached. I am not saying you must be detached. No. I am not saying all these things. All I am saying is understanding of what detachment is.
Either one only will survive.
I am not saying either one will survive. I am saying detachment happens when the suffering of your children doesn't give you pain.
Doesn't give me pain. Well, it need not give me pain, but suppose if he is going in the wrong direction, it may not give me pain.
But what is it that will then take you into course correction? You are talking about course correction.
Yes.
What will take you there if it doesn't disturb you? It disturbs you.
It does disturb us.
Exactly. That's why I said there is. That's why I'm telling you there is no detachment yet.
Only one thing: attachment or detachment.
Either one. You cannot have detached attachment. That is a clever way of manipulating.
This Kaal, Kaal, is a big thing. I want to know more about Carl.
You have to read my book.
I read
No,
it, but,
you have to read my updated book.
Updated book.
A version 2 is coming now.
Okay.
Next month we will bring it out.
I'll read that definitely.
So just give that book. Just give me both the books, so you, people, not that one.
This.
I'll give you back.
Yeah.
So this is version 1.
Okay.
And this is version 2. Okay.
Oh,
This
yes,
one
is there.
exactly.
That is the difference.
That is the first difference. Here, ma'am is not there. Here, the goddess is there, and goddess is
added.
not just added. She is on first.
Energy.
She is first. I am second.
Yes.
So this is the book now you have to read.
This Carl is explained.
Carl is explained here.
Yeah. But briefly, can you
Briefly, he is just the son of God. He is actually the 18th son of God. There are 16. Durga is 17th son of God. So after 16th, he is the 17th one. He went against the will of God.
Yes.
He rebelled against God. God said, fine, you want to do your own stuff. Go out. I give you 21 universe. Do all your creation there. This is briefly about Carl. Carl is a very negative character.
Yes.
Highly negative. And he portrayed himself as highly positive in every religion.
One thing here, I may be wrong in asking you this question, but why should we club one religion, other religion, and then...
We are not clubbing. I am just exposing what he has done. I am not clubbing. And I also tell you what is the game he has played.
Yeah, that's what.
Why there are so many religions also I am telling you.
He created religion.
First he created what we call as the Sanatan Dharma.
Yes.
Okay. Now when he created Sanatan Dharma, he found out that this was not a religion with which you can really control people.
Okay.
Because he gave too many gods, he gave too many ways, he gave too many ways to worship, he gave too many versions, he gave too many books. Now, each one of them are trying to do their own stuff.
Yes.
He said, no, this experiment has failed. So, Sanatan Dharma experiment, as far as the king is concerned, has totally failed.
Yes.
Now, he had to do something else. What did he do? He created experiment number 2. What is that experiment number 2? The experiment number 2 is Judaism. But it was a lab experiment. When we work in our laboratory, we create a small model. And in that, we try to see the outcome of what we are doing. And that is why you will notice this is a very small group of people, but highly influential. So Judaism is the next religion that he created, and he corrected everything, all the mistakes of the Sanatan Dharma.
Yes.
What was the mistake? He was not able to control people in Sanatan Dharma. Here, for the first time, he was able to control people, but this is a very small religion.
Yes.
Now he scaled up the model.
Yes.
It went into Christianity.
Yes.
When he scaled up the model, again he found that was better than Sanatan Dharma as far as controlling people is concerned. And he noted all the mistakes that he made in the evolution of Christianity. He then created the next religion, the last religion, Islam. Every mistake of his, he removed. This is one religion that he wanted. Because this religion, God will not be able to go. What was the purpose of religion? Was not really to guide people. It was only that you must not go to God. You must not hear the message of God. You must not go, you must not choose God in your life and push king away. That is the only purpose of religion.
This materialism, religion and spirituality is there. What is the subtle difference between spirituality and religion?
You see, religion he created for the common mass. What kind of common mass? Materialism and spirituality. Basically, he created first materialism. Materialism means he made people ambitious. He made them want more.
All wants and desires.
Or wants and desires. But then he found that I have to create more pain in them.
Yeah.
How to bring more pain in them? Create guilt. The purpose of the religion is to create guilt. Purpose of the religion is to create the feeling that what you are doing is not good.
Yeah.
Now he brought in sin and said you have to do merits.
Yes.
But humans found that all the thoughts that were put into them, they were doing sinful acts.
Yes.
Even eating ice cream became sinful.
Yes.
So now the purpose of religion was to bring in sin. But there were another group of people.
Is it a control measure?
Of course, it is a control measure. Religion creates food for the king. But there was a third group of people.
Yeah.
This group of people did not buy either the materialism or religion.
Can I be categorized into that?
I do not know you much, maybe. So this third group of people,
Third category.
the third group of people, they say, I have known that money will really not give me what I really want. And religion, they said, I will not buy the sin that religion gives me.
Yes.
How do you now control this third group of people?
Yes.
They were given the carrot of enlightenment.
Yes.
And this is how spirituality came.
If they really want.
Now their whole life is about pursuing enlightenment.
Yes.
They want moksha. They want liberation.
What I am.
From religion, they want salvation.
What I read, if I can be categorized into.
Okay, that is where you find? Good.